what were your feelings when you taught like your last class? Were you like, this is it? Or you kind of mentally left the door open for yourself? Or were you like, fuck it, I'm all into starting this business?
It was bittersweet. So I wrote a letter to my students that I gave to them on the last day of class.
Nice.
And it was sort of like Mr. Z's guide for going forward. And I gave them some of my favorite quotes. And the quote that I left with, the quote that I said, I just always remember this. I really believe in this. I said, from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, they said, be excellent to one another. And for me, that was, no matter what I could teach them in Spanish or anything like that, leaving that world of having an influence on kids, to me, that was the most important thing. And knowing that I wasn't going to have that anymore was definitely almost a heartbreaker. But to be honest with you, working with a community and doing what I do now, we work with the New Grange School in Pennington, which are students with developmental disabilities. They come every Wednesday for a couple hours and do training so that they can learn some job skills as well as social skills. And then I work with a lot of younger people that get out of high school and they decide they want to do a trade rather than going to college. And I do get to influence their view of the world, what they see, the impact that they can have on the world. And I do try to do my best to show them that we can all really help each other and do good things.
I think as a guy, right? And I talked about this. We had a guest on last week, Pratiti Pathak, and I was on her podcast on Wednesday, which was yesterday. Wow, holy shit, time flies.
What day is it?
Where am I? And we had this conversation, the importance of like mentoring. Those kids may not be able to speak a lick of Spanish,
Yeah.
but you don't know what those kids are going through. So if,
Right.
maybe they don't have a dad, maybe the dad's an asshole, maybe the dad doesn't pay attention to them, whatever the case may be, and they get 45 minutes from you every day.
Yeah.
And they may not understand anything, but they may learn, this is how you act, this is how you speak to the class, this is how you do whatever, and they may take that and remember that. Like,
Absolutely.
I'll remember your mother forever. I know what I mean. And I'll remember other great teachers that I had. And it's not even just being a teacher. It's also like what you're doing on Wednesdays. Like, that's so important. And also, if you're interested, like my younger boy, Chase goes to school for heating and air conditioning at Mercer County Votech School. He doesn't know if that's what he wants to do forever, but it was good for him to learn a skill. Like,
Yeah.
who comes out of high school and knows how to braise a pipe? Well, he does, because he went to HVAC.
So cool.
You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, it's great. Who knows? Like, he's always gonna have that skill. He's interested in becoming an architect. He's talked about a couple different things. Great. But you know what? You have that skill. You've also been around other men, the guys in your class, your teacher, the principal of the schools at Mercer County Votech School. I don't know his name. He's outstanding. He's a really nice guy. Like, you learn how to act. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I always
Absolutely.
say this stupid story where I had this kid working for me, and we had just demoed a ceiling, right? Like in a couple of rooms. All the ceiling came down. So now we have to pick it all up, right? So we had like 4 guys, some garbage cans, just picking up the shit, whatever. And we're towards the end. And I said, you hold the broom and I'm going to hold the shovel, and you push the dirt into the shovel. So not only does he push it into the shovel, this kid's so stupid. He pushes it over the shovel and onto me. And I just looked at him like, did you not learn ever how to sweep? And he really, I guess no one ever taught him how to sweep.
Nope.
And it reminds me of when I worked at ShopRite 100 years ago, right? And I was mopping the floor. And this guy, Lou Dorio, he was a manager there, and I'll never forget this. He came up to me and he said, who taught you how to mop? And I was like, my mom did, Mr. Dorio. And he goes, I know your mother. Under no circumstances has she ever taught you how to mop like this. He goes, you're an idiot, and this is how you mop. And he mopped the lobby a little bit. And he goes, now let me see you mop. And I mopped the floor. He goes, now you're not as much of an idiot as you were. And then I went all my life. So then I said to my mom, I said, Mr. Dorio called me an idiot. And she goes, were you an idiot? And I was like, I didn't know how to mop. I told him, this is how you taught me. Oh my Lord. My grandmother was like saying prayers. She was like, nobody taught you how to mop it like that. Nobody taught you how to mop it like that. And I'm just like, oh, for what the hell's going on? Right. But I learned, and I'll like never forget that. And I carry that mopping story with me, whether it's the shovel or the mop or whatever.
Mhm.
We're getting away from in the real world, people learning skills. We really, really are. And there's a lot of people that nothing. I graduated from college. Rob went to college. You went to college. Nothing wrong with
Way
that.
too much college, by the way. Way
Yeah.
too much college.
Right. Rob went on to like master's degree college. That's the professor over there. But I think that Rob knows how to use a screwdriver. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys out there that they look at you like you're fucking nuts, and they have no practical skill. And that drives me out of your mind. Even if you never work with your hands for the rest of your life, how do you know somebody's not taking advantage of you? How do you know that like this is the way the job should be? You don't. So
you have no idea.
Just you doing what you're doing, and just you having Votech people come over, working with the Green School, doing that kind of stuff, makes such a huge difference in people's lives.